Hey there, I'm Frank Mitchell. On this channel, it's all about helping you understand your car and keeping it running the way it should. Whether it's routine maintenance or solving those tricky problems, I've got you covered. If you find this useful, give the video a like, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to watch till the end. You might learn something that saves you time and money. All right, let's get started.
In addition to the almost $3 million that Aragon received from the initial budget of the MOVES plan, the national government has allocated a further $2.5 million from the amount not distributed by other autonomous communities. Thus, together with the Autonomous Community of Valencia, Catalonia, Navarre, and the Community of Madrid, Aragon once again has funds to promote aid for the purchase of a new car in Aragon. In this way, the region is proposed as one in which the program for the renewal of the vehicle fleet put in place in 2020 has had the greatest acceptance, and that, after the official announcement by the government of Spain of the MOVES plan, the aid of the new program will be aimed at the acquisition of electrified vehicles with a maximum amount of €7,000 in the case of scrapping another car with more than 7 years old. For each application, it is possible that the newly implemented modify any of the points described below will try to boost the sale and purchase of more efficient vehicles. Subsidies on the purchase of a new car in Aragon. In fact, in order to be eligible for the subsidies to buy a new car that the government of Aragon is in charge of distributing, as a delegate of the fund of the nationwide plans, it is under the common legal framework and establishes that they will be able to apply for these aids, self-employed professionals, natural persons of legal age residing in Spain, communities of owners, legal entities validly constituted in Spain at the time of submitting the application, and other entities, with or without legal personality, whose tax identification number, NIF, begins with the letters A, B, C, D, E, F, F, G, J, N, R or W. The public sector comprising the general state administration, the administrations of the autonomous communities, the entities that make up the local administration, and the institutional public sector, comprising any public bodies and public law entities linked to or dependent on the public administrations, private law entities linked to or dependent on the public administrations, and public universities. Those who are part of any of these groups may opt for the purchase of vehicles described as alternative energy vehicles in Aragon, included in the IDAE list, and receive between €1,600 and up to €5,500 as a subsidy. The amount depends on the car and its capabilities as a vehicle with electric drive and mechanical qualities. In general, two groups are distinguished: pure electric cars or cars with hydrogen fuel cells previously registered as long as they are not older than 9 months. Newly registered hydrogen fuel cell, pure electric, extended range electric or plug-in hybrid cars registered in the name of the beneficiary of the application, or, in the case of leasing or renting, in the name of the financial institution. Now, with respect to the former, in turn, two sets are differentiated, and the variable of delivering or not a car with more than 10 years of age comes into play to set the amounts to be received as aid for the purchase of a car in Aragon. Cars whose autonomy in electric mode has at least 30 and up to 89 kilometers, with scrapping of a car more than 10 years old, €2,600 without scrapping. A car more than 10 years old, €1,900. Cars whose range in electric mode reaches or exceeds 90 kilometers, with scrapping of a car older than 10 years old, €5,500 without scrapping a car more than 10 years old, €4,000. Finally, with respect to cars equipped with hydrogen fuel cells, the only discrepancy to qualify for a higher or lower subsidy is to include in the variable an old car to be scrapped, the amounts being as follows: with scrapping of a car older than 10 years old, €5,500; without scrapping a car more than 10 years old, €4,000. Finally, to be eligible for subsidies from Aragon regarding the purchase of more sustainable cars, as established by the current program, pending a possible modification for the next MOVES plan, the maximum value, excluding VAT, of the car to be purchased will be up to €45,000, unless it is an 8-seater, which, then, could cost a maximum of €53,000. In view of the progress of the new MOVES plan, if in addition to the official aid you are looking for your new car with the best possible price, from the CarWow price comparator you can find the one you want with a significant average discount. In conclusion, the MOVES Plan Aragón represents a significant step towards sustainable mobility and environmental responsibility in the region. By promoting electric vehicles and enhancing charging infrastructure, this initiative not only aims to reduce carbon emissions but also fosters economic growth and innovation. As we embrace these changes, it is crucial for individuals, businesses, and local governments to collaborate and support the transition to greener transportation solutions. Together, we can pave the way for a cleaner, more sustainable future in Aragon. Thank you for watching, and let's continue to drive positive change in our communities.